Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're talking about one fragrance and one fragrance only. This is the only fragrance on my wish list right now. I am obsessed with it, so I'm going to talk about that in just a second. First of all, I wanted to thank Sherry. I should have thanked you a little while ago, Sherry. Thank you so much for your coffee. Sherry bought me a coffee on the Ko-fi website, Buy Me a Coffee, and I really appreciate it, so thank you, Sherry. And then let's move on to the fragrance. So what's the fragrance that I want, the only one I want? Have a guess. You might know, you might have heard me talk about it, you might have seen me talk about it on Instagram. If you don't, I'm going to tell you now. It is, dun dun dun, it's Rubikona from Puredistance. I've got a sample here. I ordered this sample from Jovoy. I tried Rubikona when my lovely friend Irma sent me a sample. Irma has the Instagram L'Amour de Parfum. She has a beautiful Instagram, has the most amazing pictures and really lovely brief reviews as well. She sent me a sample of Rubikona. When I first tried it, I thought it was a bit weird, and I remember she was really quite taken with it, and I was thinking, this is just a bit unusual. I didn't think it was bad, absolutely not. I just didn't think it was my taste. It kind of reminded me of Amarige from Givenchy, although I've not smelt that in years now. So I put it away and I thought, I'm going to come back to that because I really, I often share Irma's taste in fragrance, sometimes not, but I definitely, what's the word? I definitely respect her taste in fragrance. I know that she does like really good fragrances generally. So I thought I'm gonna come back to that, and oh my god, I'm so glad I did, because I picked it up. I guess it was about a week or two ago now. For some reason, something made me try it again at that point, and I sprayed it on a wrist, and it was a warm-ish day, and I went out for a walk, and I remember it radiating up from my wrist and going, oh, that's really good. And since then I have been absolutely obsessed. So I used up the sample that Irma sent me, and I decided before I buy a bottle, because it is expensive, it's really expensive, so before I buy a bottle I'm going to make sure 100%, so I'm going to get another sample, use that up first, because I'm not going to just suddenly drop. The size that I want is a 60ml, which is £275, and I don't spend that kind of money easily. I don't just do that on a whim. So that's why I decided to get another sample and be 100% sure. So got this sample from Jovoy. I have been wearing it today. More often than not, I'll just do one spray on my wrist and wear other stuff, just so that I can make this last as long as possible. So most of the time I've been doing that, but today I'm kind of sort of celebrating. What am I celebrating? I'm celebrating an almost headache-free day. I think I might be over whatever problem I've been suffering from. Nothing has been found. I've been to the doctors a couple of times. I've been having headaches, mostly headaches and lots of pressure in my head, but they've really blighted me most of the days for the last week and a half. I've really been suffering. It's been a rare moment that I felt fairly okay, but today I'm mostly okay. I've got a very mild headache just here, very mild headache. I've just taken some painkillers, so who knows what was wrong with me. Maybe it was a virus, but I seem to be getting better. I seem to be on the mend. So I wanted to celebrate by wearing some Rubikona. And then I'm sorry about my hair, by the way. It's mental today. I've got nice curls sitting underneath all this dead stuff here. I can't wait to meet my hairdresser again. Anywho, forget about that. So yes, celebrating by wearing Rubikona today. And I have loved it. So Rubikona, let me give you some notes. I've got them on my laptop. I don't remember them all, you see. So the perfume for Rubikona is Cecile Zarokian. It came out last year, at the end of last year. Notes of grapefruit, Mandarin Orange and Bergamot, Clove, Ylang-Ylang, Rose, Iris, Orange Blossom, Musk, Patchouli, Vanilla, Solar Notes and Cedar. What do I get though? I'm not going to spray it. I'm not going to spray it because I am going to go and shower in a second, so I won't waste it. For me, the things that I mostly get from this are the vanilla that kind of comes in a bit later in the dry, but it is the most gorgeous vanilla. The patchouli, and even though I don't usually love patchouli, this is the kind of patchouli that I can really enjoy. It reminds me of the patchouli that Sven from SP Parfums used in Musk, in his Musk, and I think it was also in Pink Patchouli and probably a few others. He had this aged patchouli and it's really dry and dusty, and it kind of reminds me of that kind of patchouli. It doesn't feel like a citrusy fragrance, so it doesn't smell like, you know, if you spray a standard cologne and you can smell the citrus, it's really fresh and zesty and natural. No, it doesn't smell like that. It smells like the citruses. So you've got grapefruit, orange and bergamot. It feels like they're condensed and almost syrupy, almost sticky. So they're not really fresh, they're kind of sticky. And then you have, so orange blossom. I can kind of see orange blossom and rose in here. You have this really nice floral accord, but it's not just a floral fragrance at all, because it does feel quite gourmand really, because you do have that lovely vanilla. Solar notes. What are solar notes anyway? I've heard it said that they are salicylates, which gives the smell of sunscreen. Can kind of imagine that could be part of this, but I wouldn't say it's nothing like, say, Tom Ford's Soleil Blanc. It's nothing like the beachy kind of fragrances, but maybe it does have something of that in there, but not that much. It's got Ylang-Ylang in it, it's got rose. And I can see the musk. I can see the musk and see the iris. That makes sense. But in general, the note listing, when you just read these notes here, you're not really going to have an idea of how this will come out, how this is really going to smell to your nose. Something happens. I think Cecile Zarokian, when she was making this, I think she has a magic wand, and I think she added a little abracadabra into the mix. This is honestly stunning. I am crazy in love. You have to love vanilla, I would say. That's probably one of the bigger notes in here. You've got to love vanilla. And it is a bit weird. So when you first smell it, like I did, you might not love it. If you do end up sampling it at any point, I would urge you. Why did I sound like a West Coast? I would urge you to retry it, because you might find that you're like me and you don't love it straight away, and then you fall truly, madly, deeply. So yeah, this is the perfume that I want to buy, the only perfume I want to buy, Rubikona from Puredistance. And yeah, as I say, I'm going to get the 60ml. You can get a 15ml, but it's, when you look at the price per mil, I just simply couldn't do that, because it works out about £9 a mil, because it's 165 pounds for a 15 milliliter sort of a metallic travel spray kind of thing. It looks a bit posh, but when you get the 60ml, it's 275, which works out a better price per mil. The 100ml is well over £400, and it doesn't really, it's slightly better per mil than the 60ml, but for me, I don't need the investment to be that extreme. So I'm taking the middle road, which I think that will work for me. Oh yeah. Anywho, so it really, really lasts on the skin. It's a strong composition. It's, I think, 36%-ish, 36% pure perfume, against, obviously the rest would be alcohol. It really does last very well on the skin. It's not a beast, but you can smell it all the while you're wearing it. And yeah, I just love it. So that's what I'm investing my money in. I've decided to forget about the mortgage. I pay it off when I'm 90. No, I am still being well behaved. I haven't really had any crazy purchases this month. Okay, there were two. All right, this month I did buy Musk Therapy, which I then went on and sold. I didn't make too much of a loss, so that's okay. And then because I sold that, I allowed myself to buy by Kilian Woman in Gold, which I got secondhand off eBay for about half retail. So I'm still being fairly restrained in my spending. I'm still concentrating on my future and, you know, priorities and stuff. But providing nothing major happens and I don't have to fork out for anything massively expensive, then a payday, which comes to me at the middle of the month, payday might be a little purchase of Rubikona. Watch this space. Let me know if you've tried it and let me know what's number one on your wish list right now. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, you know what to do, don't you? You know what to do. And yeah, I'll see you in another one. Bye.